Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen. Now today I'm taking a look at the Cutlass Red. Now, it's the first time I've actually sort of had a walk round and done a review on one of these ships so far, because this is the first search and rescue ship that we have, so it's got some interesting features, guys, and actually, compared to all the other Cutlasses, this one has probably the more significant design changes to the others, I would say. The front hull is obviously, first of all, is different. It's almost like they've bolted on a load of extra things as well, like obviously lighting. It's got enough lights to light up Wembley Stadium. It's also got, see, I don't know if you can see on these little arms here, the other ships haven't got this. Got lights on there as well. Sort of, you do sort of expect that, really. I mean, if you've got a rescue ship, some of the key factors you've got to have, particularly in space, physically light, you've got to be seeing your target first of all. And a couple of the other features it has a Nav E7 Secure Plus docking collar. It has a tractor beam over the rear, very similar to the other ships, the other Cutlasses in the series. We can't quite see that yet. Medical facility, obviously is pretty key, but we'll talk about that when we get inside a little bit. And it's got also an E7 long-range scanner. For the scanners, we don't actually know yet. Is that going to be the same sort of scanners you get on something like the Freelancer? Can you do exploration of this, or is it going to detect crafts that are maybe damaged or weakened? I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. Now, obviously, looking at the front, the significant differences we can see compared to the other Cutlasses is obviously got a flat nose, and it's got a bunch of lights on the front there as well. And you can see some little thing bolted on the top there. We're going to go and have a look at that in a second anyway. Center mounting gun here. Once again, guys, I'll put a link to the brochure if you want to go through all the hard points and all the weaponry. Now, this is not obviously made for, you know, your fighter. Can it defend itself? Of course it can. It's got great maneuverability and still got, you know, a fairly okay weapon loadout. But where you're going to be making the money on this ship is definitely on the medical aspect. Now, a couple of things I did notice on these arms here. If you actually see this little chop out, I'm going to see another, let's see if I can see another one run around here. See if you look on that wing over there, on the same bit I was just looking at, it's a little bit chopped out. You look on this one, it's a bit chopped out. So it's got lights on there to start with. And we're going to have a good ganders on the top, because there seems to be a lot of stuff happening on the roof up here. And we'll have a look down the lower part in a second. It's just, I'll drop the ladder around a minute ago. Just climb up here. Now, it's got some other stuff on there I'm not 100% certain about. I've looked in the brochure, a couple of bits. I know obviously one of them's a long-range scanner, it's quite obvious, but pop up here. Oh, come on. Oh god, here he goes. Right. I might have actually caused a bit of a problem there. I think I might be inside the hole. Okay, well that's one way you can get inside, guys. That's the secret exit. Okay, let's try that again. I did a dry run of this earlier and it all worked fine. When you actually, as soon as you hit the record button, things always do go wrong, guys. Let's go back up there again. Maybe we look from a bit of longer range this time and not actually climb on the roof just in case something goes wrong. So, what can we see on the roof? So, that is clearly, obviously, the long-range scanner. It has to be that. I can't see anything else. Unless it's these funny things that are bolted on here. I don't know if you've noticed this. We can get around there without falling off. These things here, look. Not 100% sure what they do yet. Once again, these sort of blue lights there, it's almost like it's got a car roof rack on it. And then obviously the scanner's bolted on the top and it's got these lights. So obviously massive lights there. I know they're blue at the moment, but I'm sure once they're on, they're going to be beamingly bright. And also it's got about 4 or 5 on the front and then it's got the ones on the outer wing as well. So it's got a fair few there. I'm going to try and see if I can make it down here. Now, down the other end, we have a sort of a box unit. It looks like an air conditioning unit, guys. I think it is an air conditioning unit. Oh god, here we go again. I have to go back up again. Just not working out today, guys. Let's get back up there. It looks like an air conditioning unit to me, and I thought, well, do you know why? Why would it be an air conditioning unit? I think it should be an air conditioning unit, in fact, because actually, if you're carrying people on board, then you should have air conditioning. So we're just going to... we're not going to fall inside the ship again. It's not going to happen, guys. Did it earlier and it worked. But anyway, it's got them sort of air conditioning vents on one side. It sort of does make sense, because obviously if you're carrying passengers on board, and particularly people that are sick and ill, It's going to get pretty cold, pretty hot in the cargo hold. Assuming with the engine, all the piping, it might get pretty cold, one or the other. Actually, just noticed them shiny things there. Has he got one around this side? So then maybe they're lights as well, guys. See these big shiny things here? There could be more beaming lights. So it's following suit, really. You expect it to light up its way. If you move back a little bit, you get a sort of full emphasis on how bright it's going to be. You know, you've got the lights on the top there, the lights on the front above the cockpit. You've got the lights on the straight part of the wing, and then also on the down part. You know, it's going to be exactly what it should be, really. A ship that can light up the way, dock, and save people's lives. Right, let's take a look inside and see what we got. Very shiny in here. I actually looked at the floor. I'm not sure, don't know if I'm too keen on this sort of like real sort of shiny look. Looks like someone's got like baby oil and put it everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But then again, saying that, maybe it's like I suppose it's medical, isn't it? I suppose you could say that clean is medical, but maybe they should have made it all white or something. I don't know. I'll just throw it out there see what you guys think. Now, first observations when you come in. Let's see how many beds we got. We've got 2, 4, 5, 6. It looks like we got a total of 8 sort of blue beds, and then 2. Could we call them medical ones? These look like when you're actually sort of be doing something, you know, like surgery or something, possibly. Now, I know one thing I do know about Star Citizen is going to work in a few different ways on the medical aspect. It hasn't 100% been confirmed yet, but there's going to be different stages or different types of medical facilities. Now, I don't know what class this is. There's going to be medical facilities to prolong life, and there's going to be medical facilities that can, you know, prolong life so you don't die, to take you to a location so you can get repaired. Or the latter is they can heal you to a certain point so you can go back out on the field, but you're going to be severely injured. I don't know if these beds qualify for that or not. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see. I wonder if you noticed that as well. Look, they've got a little thing at the top there, look. That's actually lowered down. Oh, I see. It looks like it just drops down a little bit. Now, you've got these beds here as well. We can climb in one. There's not much to look at, really, obviously, once you're in there. But obviously, they're going to be something that you can use. Now, this actually, well, actually, with all fairness, out of all the Cutlass series... Oh, look, actually, I didn't see that. That one's hasn't got a screen, but this one's got a screen thing there, look. I'll have a look. Not much to it. This one actually takes 4 crew. So, obviously, you've got 2 people. The same as all the Cutlass series. Pilot and co-pilot. And the other 2 are milling about back here, I suppose, prolonging life and doing medical sort of stuff. So, looks interesting. Is this a particular role that I would actually like to do in the game? Not 100% certain, really. What do you guys think? Is this something that you would be interested in doing in Star Citizen, on the medical aspect of it? Good possibility. But for me, I'm not. It's not a major role that I'm sort of really going to be sort of focusing on. But I'm interested to see how it develops in the game. Have to wait and see when we just pop up here. Now, I actually was looking earlier. I was trying to work out if this was actually different to the other ones, because it looked a lot shinier when I was in here. We'll jump in the seat anyway. Looks different to me, guys. What do you think? It's hard to really tell unless you're going to run them back and forward between the two. It does seem a little bit more finished in here, in this one, to be honest with you. Don't know if it's because of the newer build. And then we've got, obviously, the rear seat here. Just seems a little bit more fluid, doesn't it? The hand animations, everything looks right. Same sort of viewing angles as the previous one. No real difference here. Actually, let's go and have a look at the front, because actually, we've identified that it's got that funny square nose at the front. Does that actually mean anything? I suppose it does. I mean, you've got a bit of vision there. Not like you're going to be able to do much, are you? I mean, when you're in the seat, can you see more? With that flat nose at the front? Not really, because you can't see round it, can you? I suppose you can see down there a bit, it might help. But in general, I don't think it's going to give you that much more visibility, is it? By having that sort of clear bit there. Could use it as a viewing platform, I suppose. Okay, moving back into the rear. Have we got any other doors or anything we can open? We'll have a good look round. We've got this sort of normal sort of seats over here, which you can sort of fold down and sit in. You know, very similar to all the other ones, really. No major change there. No toilet on this one so far. Not that I've spotted anyway. Unless something opens up over here. No, I don't think anything opens there. Got little side cabinets here. Got some little pods here. I don't know what these are. Now, these just look like storage doors, aren't they? Probably going to maybe for rubbish, like medical rubbish, like I don't know, syringes and bandages and stuff like that, possibly. Because the other Cutlass had a little door there, didn't it? Like a single door that would open. The one I stood in, if you watched the previous video. So I'm surprised they didn't do something quite similar. I want to see that air conditioning unit as well, because that was on the roof, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Can't really see, can you? So obviously it was above our heads, wasn't it? What else we got around here? A couple more containers. Actually, that could be the air conditioning thing coming in there. It looks like it, doesn't it? One there and one there. Well, there's actually 4 of them, actually. There's loads of them. It's not that, is it? Nice lighting on the door there.
All cargo must be cleared by TDD before being transferred to planet-side receiver.
Looks nice. I think we're all thinking the same thing. I'd like to know some more details on the medical aspect of it. What is that? What does it actually entail? You know, a little bit more detail. How do you actually make money? You know, once you've got one of these ships, do you make money because every time you go out and heal someone, you get X amount of UEC, you know, or does people have to pay you? It's got to be something like that. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point? I know there is an element of just be able to do that role, but you've got to make it profitable. You've got to pay for your fuel, you've got to pay for your supplies. I'm assuming you're going to have to top up with medical supplies as well. You're going to need all that sort of stuff. And don't forget, you've got no freight units in this as well. You've got no cargo capacity. You know, you can't carry anything. That's the other thing as well. You would have thought that they would have given it a few cargo units, something like, you know, 2-3 cargo units, and that would just be purely medical supplies. And when you run out, you've got to go and refill. Because at the moment, according to the cargo capacity and freight units, there's nothing left other than, well, 120, obviously with the medical facility. So not really much you can do about that, really. But we'll have to see how that works out in the game. I mean, I like the idea of it, but the only concern would be when you're flying in space. If I was a pirate, would I attack a medical ship? I probably wouldn't. Because what am I going to gain? I mean, other than killing him, which is going to affect my reputation, what do I stand to steal? You know, because there's got to be some sort of reward. And I think the reward would be players that you've captured. There's actually a light, that thing there. It looks like a light, doesn't it? A big spotlight. Could be players that I've captured, maybe. Or you could destroy it so you couldn't heal loads of people that were in a big fleet battle. So there's probably your motives for taking out a ship like this. But at the same time, it's capable of defending itself, there's no doubt about it. So either way, it's an interesting concept. I'd like to see a little bit more information on the actual physical role and how they're going to make money and that side of it. But from a ship's perspective, it does look absolutely fantastic. I think if we just stand a little bit further away and you actually look at the overall look at it, it looks fantastic. It does look like a really, really sort of good medical ship, basically. I think it looks fantastic. Be interesting to see a full-on police version. What I mean is are we going to have blue lights, flashing lights on the roof and stuff like that? I know we have got one. I looked at one the other day, but interesting to see if there's going to be anything like that, because obviously we can't turn the lights on the ships yet, but that would be interesting to take a look at that as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Is this something you're going to be doing in the game? Or what role are you going to play? Are you interested in the role of actually being a medic? Because that's basically what you're being, really. Going out and healing, and I suppose you could do a little bit of salvaging and helping someone out on a broken down ship. Are you going to be the Good Samaritan? That's the question. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the video today, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.